Yes, sir.
Good afternoon, Dr. Schmidt, shareholders. My name is John Simpson. I am a shareholder. Stock isn't street name, so I have the proxy here today. I also, in full disclosure, should say that I work for Consumer Watchdog. And as many of the shareholders saw, and perhaps you heard, our track team was down in the parking lot today to make the point about online tracking and that we need do not track as a viable mechanism. I think that Chrome has announced that you will implement that by the year's end. My question is, does do not track mean to Google do not collect information, or does it mean simply do not target behavioral ads? That's my first question.
The general answer about do not track is we think that users should have the choice. Yeah. And the Chrome browser has a specific implementation, which is what you're referring to.
By year's end, I don't think it's there yet.
Yeah, actually, Eric, I can answer more here on this too. So, Chrome has said that they will support do not track. We're in the process of figuring out exactly what does do not track mean. It can mean lots of different things to lots of different players in the industry. For behavioral advertising and interest-based advertising, we've already given all of our users the ability to opt out of it. For do not track, we are in the process of figuring that out, of exactly what those standards would mean. There would be some information that would need to be collected for making sure that the services still continue to work. For example, like cookie information, like what are your language settings. So there is some information that is important, but our goal is to enable users who want to opt out of interest-based advertising to do so. And as I mentioned, they already can. We have something called the Google Ad Preferences. They can go, they can see, they can opt out right now.
Thank you.
Your next question.
Second question. This is something that's often referred to as Y-Spy. The FCC recently released a bunch of documents that showed that the actual design documents for the Street View project seem to have talked about so-called war driving and gathering up payload data from private Wi-Fi networks around the world. And I guess my question is, simply put, I mean, originally it was described as a mistake and so on and so forth. All this latest stuff that comes out prompts me to ask you, Dr. Schmidt, and if Mr. Page were here, what did you know about Street View and when did you know it?
We've answered this question many times, and you've asked this in other formats many times. I'll answer it again.
Thank you.
The collection of the data that you're referring to was unauthorized and was not known to the management of the company. And by management, I mean myself, Larry, Sergey, Patrick, Susan, the lawyers, and so forth. When it was discovered, we took immediate action to sequester the data, notify the authorities, and deal with it in a proper and professional way. So we're busy dealing with the consequences of that. We've already apologized for the collection of that data. To my knowledge, there has been no use, misuse, or in fact reading of that data, and so your privacy remains protected. Okay. Did you have any other questions?
I probably do, but I think I'm limited to, so I think that
well, why don't we just ask some others? If you have more questions, you can come back.
Well, I appreciate that.